I'm Greg Walsh. We have Tony Hamlin here with us today. We're going to talk a little bit more about fixing your bodies to enjoy your time on the bike and to minimize your time injured. One thing that we went over quickly in the last video is if your positions are restricted and there's already some dysfunction going on, you're way more susceptible to injury. So today we're going to look at a few more pieces to get your ankles back on track, and then we'll start moving up the body into your hips.
Well, nailed it, dude.
We gotta leave that in for sure. So we're going to start today with a couple pieces in the upper leg. The goal is going to be to improve Tony's ankle range of motion. What he's going to do now is flex his toes towards us, see how far he can get his feet. We're going to kick him off camera, bring him through a couple of these pieces, and then come back and see if we can improve that range of motion. Increased range of motion is going to lead to increased power when you're pedaling, and definitely less susceptibility to injury when you step off wrong. So a slightly different take on a suggestion we made in the last video to unwind these calves down into your Achilles. Depending on the amount of damage we have and the amount of tension we have, simply stretching it might not be enough. So a couple ways to smash it out are, first of all, you can throw your leg up over anything. We're going to show Tony doing it with his bike later on. What we want to start doing is rotating side to side and unwinding some of this tension in here. Spend enough time to make some improvement and then move down. We want to finish right above the foot, right in the belly of that Achilles. Side to side is going to be way more effective than up to down. So the second spot we'll look at today is the outside of the ankle. We recommended in the last video that you get a couple of lacrosse balls. You can use a lacrosse ball for this for sure. A slightly softer ball might be a little better at first. What we want to do is put that ball right on the outside of the ankle and then drop your knee to the floor. Use your hand to create some pressure. As you find one spot is improving, move to another spot. Be patient with that discomfort. It's going to hurt, especially if it's something you haven't done before, but spend enough time to make progress and make it worth your while. 30 seconds of work is going to get you 30 seconds of results, so I would spend 5-10 minutes a couple times a week, or at least as needed. The last piece of the low leg puzzle that we'll look at today is simply just putting a lacrosse ball or whatever other ball you have at your disposal underneath your foot. Start in the front, and again, spend enough time on this to start making some progress. Have something near you so when this starts to shock you, you don't fall over. It shouldn't feel like there's a steel bar underneath your foot. If it feels like that when you start, spend enough time on this so that starts to change. Roll to the inside of the foot, roll to the outside of the foot, and definitely don't ignore that heel. So we sent Tony off and had him spend some time getting his legs unwound. His right foot wasn't moving as well as his left foot. His right foot's his back foot, so it's taking most of the brunt of landings. We wanted to make a tiny bit of improvement. We did. We flexed those feet up there. At least now even the right one comes a little bit further. And that was just with 5 or 6 minutes worth of work. So put some time in on those legs, especially considering that back foot, and we'll make some progress. So in the interest of making do with what we have, Tony's just got his leg thrown up over the top two of his bike right now. He's going to rotate through, start opening up that ankle before he goes riding today. If you have any other questions, send them over in the comments. Thanks, Tony.